Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well. I've put together a build that's under £1,000, which is really it's more towards a gaming PC rather than anything else. I mean, you could use it for most other things, but this PC build itself is generally for gaming. It's the parts I've picked are mostly going to be used for overclocking. So if you don't know what that is, I think there's plenty of videos on YouTube which you can do some research on, and hopefully you guys like it. Some parts on here you might think are a bit too expensive. Others others are very good bang for the buck, you could say. And let's just get straight into it. For the processor, it's an Intel 3570K i5. This is probably much more better than the 3770K, which is an i7 for gaming. You get a few more frames than you do the i7 would you do with the i5. So definitely this is probably the best processor you can get on the market right now for the price. So definitely you should guys give this a look in for the processor. Motherboard is a Sabertooth Z77. This you might think is a bit too expensive if you look at it, but what you're getting as well is ridiculous. I mean, the parts they're like proper industrial parts. I mean, they'll last you a lifetime. I mean, it supports everything that they throw at you. I mean, all future releases of maybe graphics cards, processors will fit into this no problem. It supports RAM up to, I think it's just about 200 megahertz RAM. For me, it's perfect. Overclocking, this will support most things you throw at it, so that's great. For cooling, it's the Corsair H80i. I think they released this a few months ago or weeks ago. I think it was the H60i, H80i, and the H100i. These are much more quieter than the regular H80. I mean, they use a better fan as well. Cooling's going to be, you're going to get a few more degrees better than you would have with the previous versions. I think this is a really good buy. If you're going to be overclocking the processor, I mean, this will keep it cool, no problems at all. For the graphics card, we're going with the EVGA GeForce GTX 670 with 2 GB of DDR5. I mean, this is easily overclockable as well. I mean, you can get a few more out of this than you would. I've given you two options. The other one is the HD Radeon 7970. You would get more frames than you would with this card than you would with the GTX 670, but you will be paying, I think it's £30–40 more. I mean, I would prefer the HD 7970 over this, but again, that's your choice as well. With the RAM, I mean, you can pick anything up. This is just 8 GB of Vengeance Corsair. I think it's 1600 megahertz. Anything under 1600 megahertz, I mean, would be a waste. This is perfect. I mean, you can just pick this up, put it in, and it'll work fine, no problems. With the PSU, you might think 750 watts is too high, but honestly, I mean, you need a good PSU. I mean, this is bronze certified. Gold or silver will be fine, but anything around 750 would ensure you for any future upgrades you want to do to the PC. So this is a good buy. Hard drive, WesternDigital black, Scorpion black. This is 500 gigabytes of 7,200 RPM. So I mean, this will suit you fine. You don't need an SSD for a gaming build. I mean, people think you might need an SSD for gaming. You don't. I mean, there's zero difference you get with an SSD when you're gaming than you would with the normal 7200 RPM drive. So that's the hard drive. Pick anything up. I've just picked up an Asus DVD rewritable. I mean, I don't think you even need these other than installing the operating system. So you can just pick anything on Lighton. I think they have a few there. I mean, cheap. These are not that important. The case, the NZXT Phantom. I mean, this is an awesome case. I mean, you're going to be paying not too much, but you're paying for quality and just all around awesome design. I mean, you can see here there's loads of room for wiring, if you want to keep it neat, loads of hard drive space. I mean, the airflow on this, I've heard, is ridiculous. I've heard it's just amazing. It's quiet. I mean, what I've done with all the parts as well, I mean, they all fit together very nicely, so you can keep a good clean PC build. I mean, it'll be quiet, it'll look good, and you would probably run most games on Ultra. Definitely run most games on Ultra, up to maybe for a few years actually. I mean, people need to realize with gaming you don't need to spend as much as you think. I mean, for £1,000, I think that's the maximum you should spend on a gaming PC build. Maybe if you're doing editing, maybe double it and spend more money on maybe a graphics card and a higher processor, maybe. I mean, that's it basically. I mean, you don't need anything else. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I mean, take a look around. I mean, hopefully you guys found this useful. If not, I think there's dozens of more. I mean, this would be, for me, for 2013, a good PC build, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it.